We're listening and watching one of the memorable moments from Oliver. This is rehearsal for Oliver, which is appearing all this week at the Municipal Opera. And needless to say, the star of that show is Mr. Vincent Price.
How are you?
It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Welcome home, we should say.
Yes, it's very much home for me, particularly the Muni. I was brought up here.
It's been a while, though. You don't get back home too often, unfortunately.
No, I don't. I've done a couple of things for the symphony in the last couple of years, but the last time I was at the Muni was about 30 years ago, and I loved it. It's one of the great things to have in your background in the theater.
You know, you can't seem to get very far away from the mean guy, the villain, as it were. And here you are once again, Fagin and Oliver, and it's Vincent Price as the bad guy once again.
Fagin is really a bad guy in the musical. The book, of course, Fagin is a real villain, but this Fagin is kind of a comedy character and a delightful one, actually. He's a marvelous part to play. And he has so much to do with the boys, and particularly with the Artful Dodger, which of course makes it marvelous to act in.
Don't you find yourself getting tired, Vincent, of this kind of role? Now, Fagin, of course, is a little more lovable here, as you say. But you've really played some nasty people on the screen, and things, if I may say.
Yeah, but mostly people. No, I think actually that most actors really find the challenge of playing the villain a much greater challenge than playing the hero. The hero usually has one kind of straight line of endeavor in the film, whereas the villain has to have many facets in order to keep people guessing whether he's going to or not going to. So he's a much more fascinating character to play.
What was the first villain you ever played?
Well, let me see. I think probably a film called Dragonwyck, which was several years ago at Fox. And then the first sort of thriller that I did was The House of Wax, which was in 3D and was a great success. So from there on, I started doing these films.
The role was a great success, but 3D was not, was it?
No, I think it was in the case of The House of Wax because it was done brilliantly, not using the medium as a trick, but using it to enhance the suspense of the drama. And later on, when they did other 3D films, they threw everything at the audience and really kind of unnerved them a bit.
And when they threw everything, the audience ducked, as I recall.
The audience ducked right out of the whole business, yes. I don't think I only did 2 3D films.
The kind of characters that you're noted for playing are really very contrary to Vincent Price, the person, a man who is considered a connoisseur and known, well-renowned as a connoisseur of fine art and also as a gourmet cook. The two images don't really jive very well.
Yes, I guess so. I don't think that people are really identified with a motion picture role. I've done a lot of sort of horror pictures which were fairy tales, kind of. But I have been lucky enough to be in other fields of endeavor in the arts. I've written a lot of books on American art and have been involved in the arts in America a great deal. And when I lecture, which I've been doing for about 25 years now, I find that people really do accept that as a part of my life, and the other part is something separate entirely.